Good evening, ma'am. I am going to deal with Bonded Labor Abolition Act 1976. The main and important of this act is to provide for the abolition of bonded labor system with a view of preventing the economic and physical exploitation of a weaker section of the people and matters connected with this and incident therefore. And this act consists of 27 sections and 7 chapters, and this most of the debate bonders after 50% are forced labor victims. And the causes of bonded labor or bonded labor stem from a variety of causes which includes caste system, denial of access to land ownership, and corruption with the political and judicial sphere. And some of the constitutional provisions against this bonded labor, such as Article 14, 15, 16, and 19, Class 1, Class C, and 21 of Indian Constitution. Article 14 mainly deals with equality, and Article 15 deals with discrimination against caste, race, sex, etc. And the main and important thing is Article 21 and 23. The most one of the important this is Article 21, which is prevention of life and security. And this the chapters which deals with bonded labors is 7 chapter. The chapter 1 deals with preliminary, which is normal introduction about bonded labor. Chapter 2 of this act deals with the abolition of bonded labor system, and chapter 3 deals with extinguishing of liability to the repay of bonded debt, and chapter 4 deals with implementing authorities, and chapter 5 deals with vigilance communities, and chapter 6 deals with offense and protection for trial, and chapter 7 deals with miscellaneous. And this bonded labor is against the human rights. So many conventions are there against this bonded labor in international law. When we come to the some of the introduction and some things about the bonded labor, so the origin of bonded labor can be tracked to ancient times, whereby the Hindu system is mainly built up of casteism. So in caste structure, so the lower caste shastra, this not sufficient means for their own sustenance, due to they often depend on higher class their own survival. Due to extreme scarcity of resources and the part of debtor, he has to offer a security. Thus the creditor debates enter into an agreement with the debtor pledges person as working unsatisfied debit. So due to the caste system, bonded labors are mostly formed in Indian level, and the victims of forced labors are women and girls are 55% as forced labor, and children are 26% and migrant workers, and especially those who are illegal situation migrant workers. And today the International Labour Organization estimates that around 50% of victims of forced labor in the private economy are affected by debt to bondage. The debt to bondage is main sources for the bonded labors. Around 8 million people in the worldwide. The statutory safeguard against the bonded labors are such as Bonded Labor Abolition Act 1976 provides a safeguard against the bonded labor. Some of the enumerated below. Under Section 4 of this Act, primary relief that was awarded to the bonded laborers. With that commencement of this act was that bonded labor stood discharged from any sort of obligation to provide bonded labor. Under Section 5 of this Bonded Labor Act, a custom or agreement whereby bonded labor executed were re-entered void and inoperative provision were casted on institution of any suit before any civil court, vice versa. And the conclusion is that according to the Global Slavery Index, India has been a poor performance as far as enforcement of anti-slavery laws, because 2 months before two bonded labor family can be identified near the Villupuram district, and the reason for that same attribution to under the resource of judiciary and police service. And to report the violation of law to the government agency, it also need for an hour to formulate implementing of time bound action plans so to enforce this existing registration of bonded labor system abolition act 1976 and other constitutional provisions. These are the some of the overview of today's class, ma'am. Thank you.